FYI, we are hitting record and we are getting our people in place. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again. This is a great day, the National Voter Registration Day. We want to thank you all for coming early. We have some participants here now, and we will be getting more participants as they come in. We will let them in little by little. Everyone, if you are able to announce yourselves in the chat, we will have the chat opened up for everyone. Say hi, say hey, say hello, turn your cameras on, but mute your mics if you are able to, please. Thank you. Thank you. What's going on? Everybody chimed in with us already. Thank you for getting on. You can share the link. Yes, you can invite your friends. We are activating the chat, so make sure you use the chat to communicate. We have some people that are also on the chat from the Wisconsin League of Women Voters that will be able to help troubleshoot anybody that has any issues in regards to registering in real time today. Once again, thank you all. I am just making sure we have our people coming in. As you heard in the waiting room, some sounds from True School alumni, broadcasting live from True School right now. My name is Fidel. I'm one of the co-executive directors, and it is such an honor and a pleasure to be able to co-host this event with our good friends and our partners in our voter registration event today, League of Women Voters, Milwaukee County. Thank you all, everyone on your team, for making this possible, for making this happen, for really caring enough to reach out to an organization like ours. We're deep rooted, and we have shared the link with a lot of different high school educators as well as students. True School is an after school and summer program. We primarily serve high school students in the Milwaukee area from MPS and different schools as well. We have a lot of different guests that will be joining us today. So I do want you all to make sure you are still sharing the link if possible. If you are able to share the link to get more people into the room, into the Zoom, we appreciate it. We appreciate everyone who is on here early. And I'm going to switch gears and I'm going to share something else for you all to be able to check out, which is information about our fall virtual programs coming up here at True School. While we won't have in-person programs, we still are doing virtual programming for the fall, and our registration is live at trueschool.org. So if you are in high school and if you know any high school students, you can definitely join our registration at trueschool.org. And our orientation is coming up October 3rd, okay? So watch this quick piece and I'll be right back to share some more information about voter education and registration. That is a quick glance at some of the activation that happens during our after-school session. If we get any lag on the video share or on the music share over here, just please bear with us as we are moving through the virtual age of figuring things out. I don't know why my screen is not on right now, but I think I just popped back in. All right, Kane, feel free to communicate in the chat. Feel free to communicate in the chat during any troubleshooting or anything that may happen, okay? We appreciate that. All feedback is good. Well,
hey guys, what is up? Mike here.
And we want to make sure also that you can share the link. So we're just giving the people a little bit of time to come in the Zoom and also giving time for folks to share the link. and possibly troubleshoot so we can all right. So again, as we wanted to let everyone know, this register to vote. If you are 18, we're going to do some live registration. We want to also encourage you, if you're not 18, or if you won't be 18 by November 3rd, to make sure that you are still getting information and education about the process. You can go to myvote.wi.gov. We're going to put that in the chat. We're going to make sure that we drop a lot of links in the chat as well to keep everyone up to speed. It's myvote.wi.gov. And you can go and find out further instructions and information of how you can register to vote, how you can also find out your polling locations. As long as you are a U.S. citizen and you have resided at the current address that you have on your state ID or a valid driver's license for at least 28 days before the election that you will be voting in. And if you are not currently serving a sentence or incarceration, parole, probation, or any extended supervision, you are eligible to vote. And so we want people to be informed. That's part of the reason why we're really excited about getting young people informed about the options and the process of not only how to vote, but how to even register themselves. And we have a couple young adults here with us today who will be taking the process and sharing that process with you all to show you how simple it is, how painless it can be, and hopefully how painless it can be to go ahead and register themselves to vote right here today. So if there are any questions or any troubleshooting things that has to happen, please do it in the poll. We appreciate it. I'm sorry, in the chat room. Please share in the chat room any questions that you may have or concerns that you may have in regards to yourself getting registered to vote today. Let's do it today. Let's not wait. So we're glad that we have a lot of people that have supported our initiatives over the years. This one is very special because hip hop has a big voice in every election, and this one is no exception. So we want to make sure, again, we appreciate the League of Women Voters from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, reaching out to us to make it happen. I will share a part of the program today at this point, so you can understand more of what will be part of registration. Our goal here today is education and also to get some folks registered right here today, all right? So we look forward to all the feedback. Again, if you have any questions or concern during this process, please feel free to use the chat. Thank you very much. Now, we're going to present, and I want you all to walk with me through this. If we can see it, you can chat. If you can see it, please just let us know. I feel like something's getting cut off here. Where are we at? Okay. We also have that email address right there. If you are able to, please, if you have any questions or you want to troubleshoot, please feel free to share your troubles and pains with that email address. I think I'm getting cut off on the screen share because I'm doing full screen. So I'm going to just make my screen a little bigger, potentially. And I think we might be able to solve this problem. I'm not sure how it's looking over there on you guys' end. It's cut off on the right side. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too, and I'm not exactly sure why it's cut off on the right side. Okay. So what I'm going to do is switch modes and then try to share a different slide as we get that one, maybe resize or something to that effect. I'm not knowing exactly why that's happening. Let's try to share this. All right. I think we're looking now at myvote.wisconsin.gov, which is a great option for us to be able to also register quickly and easily online. So you are looking at what the website on your mobile device will look like. This is how you go through on your mobile device, okay? And you don't need a lot. You just have to check and see if you are registered. Go on and check your status. Update your address if you need to. Find your polling place, which is very critical. The polling place in your neighborhood that you are designated to be able to vote at, or polling place near you. Learn what's on your ballot, which is super important. This is about voter education, and we can't stress enough to learn locally here in Milwaukee who is on the ballot, what's on the ballot. They need your vote, and you need to know what their platform is and how it aligns with your values, goals, and ideas. Also need to know how you can communicate with the people that you may be interested in supporting or voting for. See what's on your ballot, see who's on your ballot, learn how to request an absentee ballot. Learn about what that means, all the information. There's even a 411.org site. We're going to go through this information, also share it again. We're going to be sharing it through a lot of our social media channels leading up to the November elections, because we want young people to be informed, educated, and registered if you are 18 or will be 18 by November. Can't stress that enough. If you will be 18 by November, you still can register now. Okay, you need a photo ID, or you can get a photo ID if you do not have one, and that's what the information at the bottom is. Get your photo ID, bring it, wi.gov. You can bring it to the ballot and get a photo ID. Or of course, you can go through the Department of Motor Vehicles, your resident area local DMV, and also get a state ID or driver's license issued with your address correct, and take it to the polls with you to vote. Use it to register in advance as well. If we have some people in the Zoom with us that are already registered, awesome. If we have some people that are not, we want to talk about the process, and we want to let you know if you are having any issues on the site or on your mobile device. We have some folks ready to troubleshoot, standing by in the chat and also via email. Okay? And at the bottom, I want to make sure that we're able to support and share the information from the League of Voters, Women Voters, pardon me, of Milwaukee County. You can follow them all over the social medias. Search the League of Women Voters of Milwaukee County and follow up and support. And so again, the information on how to register is all here, and we will be going over some live registration information today. The quick link, myvote.wi.gov. We have one of our special guests today, Jalen G, who is here, will be joining us shortly. He's going to actually go through the registration process with us live, and we want to be able to see how seamless this process is to get a young person registered to vote. It's a lot of conversations around voting nationally. It's a lot of conversations around the youth vote, especially in places like Wisconsin. So we can't stress it enough. Again, make sure if you are able to 18 or be 18 by November, when we're done here, or you can do it now, myvote.wi.gov. And we're going to get into a bit of the regular program if I can make sure that it won't get cut off. I think I might have to go back to that in a little while. No worries. Go back and stop the screen share so you guys are, I'm back on, and I don't, all right. We're looking forward to anyone's feedback in the chat and let us know how you're going. Am I still screen? I'm not sharing. No, I'm not sharing anymore. Okay, cool. I can't see my own thing. Okay. I wasn't video sharing. All right, I have a little bit of a delay here, folks, so bear with me on my end. I apologize. But again, if you want to learn about the candidates that are on your ballot, where do we go? Vote411.org. And you want to find out also who's on the ballot, 411, vote411.org, and also myvote.wi.gov. We have a lot of conversations around voting, and I can't stress it enough that if you are interested in more educational background about the process, about the history, do some research and learn, what all has went into the process of voting for women, for folks of color, for people that are immigrants to this country. Learn about a lot of the different levels of voting and the process. Sure. We're going to go over to Jalen G. I think I'm going to be able to share Jalen G's screen and share Jalen's mic if Jalen is ready. Is Jalen on? I can't even see the gallery view. I don't even know. Okay, cool. My delay is not the best. Okay, bet. So Jalen has already actually went on to myvote.wi.gov. Jalen has already put in his info and searched and made sure that he's eligible, made sure that he is registered or able to be registered, pardon me. This will be his first time registering to vote. And we're going to do it live here. Jalen, can you hear my voice?
Yo, yo, yo.
All right, introduce yourself. How you doing?
What's going on, guys? I go by Jalen G. I'm a music artist from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm about to register to vote.
So tell me real quick, for you personally, why is this important to you? When we talked about it a little bit earlier, you got excited and you were like, that would be me. You talking about me, and I'm ready to step up. Tell me why that's something that was timely for you and why it was exciting.
It was timely and important because, voting is very important. It's something that the younger generation needs to know that they need to take part in. Voting helps dictate the future, and our voices will be heard through voting. So it's very important to continue to spread awareness about voting.
So for high school students that may want to get engaged, maybe not 18 yet, but they may be thinking about how they can get engaged and become self-advocates for themselves and their communities and their families, what's some words of advice you might share with them about the process and registering on this great National Day of Voter Registration?
Okay, so if you're not 18 yet, that's pretty good because now you have the advantage to take the time out of your day to get a head start on knowing how to register to vote, what takes part when it comes to voting, just all the political stuff. Like now you have time to actually figure out what you want to do and everything. So voting is very important. Make sure you take the time to actually figure out, this voting.
Switch things up right fast.
Okay.
And Jalen's on like 3 cameras in the room right now. and we got some real live action going on. But we have already signed up here at the website. Okay, he's going through the process in real time, in real action. And Jalen is actually not registered. They cannot seem to find him in the system, and we know why. We know exactly why he's not in the system. So what we're gonna do is Jalen's gonna go through this process and we're gonna check back in with him shortly as he clicks that button right there to register. He has his ID, he has what he needs. He came prepared, he came excited, ladies and gentlemen. He's excited for the process to step officially into the world and make a difference through the power of the vote. So we'll check in with Jalen G very shortly. I want to be able to also, again, shout out the League of Women Voters, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who have made this possible and made this process open to the public, and all the people who helped us share the links and share the information about this live event. We have folks tuning in from all over, people hitting us on platforms and telling us they appreciate the efforts because they understand how important it is right now, the urgency of getting young people registered. And as Jalen is getting himself registered, going through the process, he's also going to be performing a couple original tunes that he's produced and created. He's a True School alumni that is very, very active in the community as a creative artist, using his talents, his skills, and his network to help build. Something cut off at the right side. Sound came back on. All right, am I back on? Am I good? Can you hear me out there? Give me a thumbs up or something. Can you hear me? Am I being heard? Did I get, okay, I have this delay. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I have this unfortunate delay on my phone here. I mean, on my computer here. But we do have a few True School artists. Jalen, Noda Higgins. How you doing, sir? Can you turn on that mic on that camera? Turn on your mic so you can talk to the people. Are you on?
Yeah.
So you are another True School alumni, musical genius artist that has happened not to be registered.
Yes, that is true.
So we are, again, like really thankful for you, Jalen, and all the contributions you made to True School and to the community and the music community in Milwaukee in general. Just right fast, give a brief background about yourself musically. Like you play a lot of instruments and you've been playing for a long time. So let's just talk music for a second. Tell us about Noda and your background.
Been playing drums since I was 3, so that's going on like 17 years now. Been playing piano for about 12. Started True School when I was about 15, 16. Got really into the band class, developed it, took on the leadership role of being an intern, then progressed and became the band instructor.
Hold on, you did that real fast. Hold on, you did that real fast. At what age did you find True School?
I found True School when I was 16 or 17.
And you were a high schooler, and then you went through as a participant.
Yep.
Then you became an intern.
Joined the band class in the music production, and then after doing that for about 2-3 years, I became an intern. And then after doing the intern about 2 years, I became the band instructor.
So Jalen's talking about a little bit of the cycle of a True Schooler. You know, a youngster that may find us at 14, 15, seeking to find their voice, find their creative tribe, and really be able to flourish. And then Jalen became an intern after graduating high school, aging out of the program, actually was a paid intern working at the program. And so that's a example of also a young person who's willing to give back to the community after they've learned about what the connectedness that we do have. He was able to use his skills and learn enough in interning to be able to also then develop his own class curriculum. And now he's helping other young musicians develop their craft, develop their talents, develop their product to take to the market, to the industry. So again, we appreciate Jalen. We appreciate your efforts, Jalen. So you still there, Jalen?
Yep.
Okay, we got both Jalen's there. Just for the record, they're both named Jalen. All right, spelled different, but they're both named Jalen. All right, so we're not playing tricks on you all. So how did that go? Did it work? What happened?
Yes, sir. I'm all registered.
All registered. So what was the process like? What was the process like?
Like,
The questions were simple, it's very
he
easy
gonna be on the
process.
team. Nah, he gonna be on the
Took no
team.
longer than 5 minutes, so it's very easy.
He in Wisconsin right now.
And you didn't have to pay no money? It didn't cost you
No
anything?
money, it's free.
It was free?
Free to register.
What? All right, so that's big boy action right there, man. So now you feel equipped. You got kind of like, it's like having ammo. It's like having extra ammo.
Yep.
It's
Nah, I
like
feel that.
having a real weapon.
Yep.
It's like, I mean, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty
Yes,
powerful. And if you know the power of that, you can hold it and you can, you can demand some things for that. Now that you have that, there's some things that you can demand for that because they need that.
Yes,
They
sir.
need that. You can hold that till they ready to meet your demands, right? That's how that works. That's how this thing works. So that was awesome. Jalen G, you ready to share some of your work with the people?
Yep.
All right, tell them where they can find you online. I'll type it into the social media so they can find your music, any website or socials you want to let know.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Real Jalen G. That's RealJaleng. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube is Jalen G. My Facebook is Jalen Greenlee. Yeah, I'm pretty much everywhere. Just type in Jalen G.
All right, let it go, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. Come on, hit me with a bang of beats. Ill mind challenge. I be having dark thoughts, so angels on the side of me. I be low purposely. Come correct and speak to me properly. I'm like Stanley, I don't want you on my property. The new favorite word is toxic. You know I'm the bomb, so atomic. I know you miss me, but the relationship was rocket. Things started going wrong at the right timing. Ill mind challenge. I be having dark thoughts, so angels on the side of me. I be low purposely. Come correct and speak to me properly. I'm like Stanley, I don't want you on my property. My go-to line is I'm focusing on me. Because I'm really focusing on me. I already wasted too much time and energy. It's time to focus on the enemy. You know I got the remedy. You know I do it with efficiency. I'm trying to see the racks add up sufficiently. Good and evil, all about the balance. I added color to my life like it was on a palette. You trying to scratch the surface while I'm trying to grasp it. You be trying to strip the truth like it's elastic. AI in the booth. Write the song and album before the school. Don't even practice. You ain't my bro. You can't come to my session. You can't see our tactics. You just want to see what happened. And I'm like Craig, actually get involved with y'all. And yeah, you acting tough, but it didn't equal fall. You was my homie, but you broke the protocol. Probably wouldn't even shake your hand if I see you in the mall. Yeah, baby, I'm a good guy, but Chucky was a good guy. I'm never gonna fall off again. Feel like the universe selected me like the president. So I gotta make these moves properly. I can't be hesitant. I be thinking too hard. That's what happened when your mind abroad. You've been the curse. You know what's really going on. This world crazy, and I still carry on and 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 on. You in the game, but injury prone. Every day working your fingers to the bone. I hate treating life like you got an extra one alone. If I don't trust you, gotta get you gone. Don't wanna party with you, rather be at home. Creating vibes in my safe zone. I believe what I believe, and that's case closed. Don't make signals, we don't even listen to the radio. Ill mind energy. I be having dark thoughts, so angels on the side of me. I be low purposely. Come correct and speak to me properly. I'm like Stanley, I don't want you on my property. Ill mind energy. I be having dark thoughts, so angels on the side of me. I be low purposely. Come correct and speak to me properly. I'm like Stanley, I don't want you on my property. Yo, shout out True Skool, man. Make sure y'all get out there and vote. Register to vote. It is very important. Our voices will be heard. That song is called I'm Focusing. You can find that on Apple Music, Spotify. Just search Jalen G. Let's get into that next track. She hated when I'm gone, but I'll be over soon. Took time to myself, I had to get back to my groove. She know I'm busy working, ain't gotta worry about what I do. Takes two to get things fresh, she'll never blame me or accuse. I told her be patient, we gon' fall like I play that Syracuse. She play too much, long as she don't step on my no-white shoes. But she lay back, I could bring her on the crew. Ain't forced nothing with the flow like it's so cool. No strings attached, this on the shoes. First lay eyes on you would be mine. Even thought of a few lyrics floating around. I know a perfect place to get down. I don't really drink, but I know you drink wine. So I'll take a sip of shoot for the one time. Hit the drink one time, I got your attention already. I'm not one of these other guys that's waiting in line. She hated when I'm gone, but I'll be over soon. Took time to myself, I had to get back to my groove. She know I'm busy working, ain't gotta worry about what I do. Takes two to get things right, she'll never blame me or accuse. I told her to be patient, we gon' ball like I played at Syracuse. She play too much, long as she don't step on my always shoes. But she laid back, I could bring her on the crew. Ain't forced nothing with the flow like it's so cool. No strings attached, this on the shoes. Let's be real, searching for a vibe that we both feel. Kept a wall up, now it's time to shatter the force field. My heart for yours, it's better than a no deal. They don't know that we mess around. Situation is still both been sticking for a while, cause we both need to heal. I'ma get home on the beat and scroll through a piece that you sent me. What's gonna start the night? But I'ma come over early cause I know that you miss me. I told my homies we gotta reschedule. They gonna be mad at me. They gonna say, Jay, you must be in love. What's happening? Universe doing 5 my way and I'm just reacting. That song is called My Groove. Jalen G, you can find it everywhere. Once again, make sure you guys register to vote if you haven't already. Let's get it.
Oh. Amazing, amazing. So look, we want everybody. Tell them we're gonna get some more registered voters on here. Tell them that we need some more live registered
We
voters.
need some more live registered voters on here.
Problems, shooting, or trouble solutions, go to the chat.
Yep, you got any problems, just go through the chat. Ask us anything. We're here to help. Yeah.
We're gonna do another PSA. We're gonna do another PSA to let folks know you are now tuned in to the True School Experience on National Voter Registration Day. And we want to thank everyone who also helped us make this possible, who helped share the link, all the artists who reached out to us. We had a few artists from our True School family who wanted to participate, youngsters who wanted to register live with us today, but couldn't get off work. We have one youngster that is high school graduate that is first time registering with us. We have had great conversations with some of our students and alumni about registering and what that looks like locally and what that may look like with this upcoming national elections and how critical it is for young people to make sure that their voice is heard through the voting process and learning about the lay of the land. Good job, Jalen G. We appreciate you. We might have to ask you to come back and share some more. Jalen registered with us live on air today, and he's registered now. And he can actually tell all his friends how simple that process was and help them walk through it if necessary. If you're on with us now and you need help walking through anything related to registering yourself or logging on, if you're having issues, please don't hesitate. Go to the chat box. We have something set up especially for you, okay? Now, I also want to let people know again, if you are a high school senior, 18, but I mean not 18, but you will be 18 by November, you still can go through the process, okay? So please don't hesitate. If you're not 18 just yet, you still can go through the process. And that's very, very important to understand. We also want a few of our participants and people that are on with us today to make sure you are registered, if you haven't already, for our upcoming fall sessions with True School. We will be going virtual and going virtual in a big way this fall. I'm looking at half a screen. I don't know why we're doing this cutoff thing, guys and gals, but my Zoom won't let me share my full screen. Wham, wham, wham. All right, but you can get the picture, you get the idea, you can get the gist of the conversation. I'm telling you that we have online registration that is available now at trueschool.org. And trueschool.org, somebody can drop that in the chat for me right fast. That's where you can go if you're a high school student, 14 to 19, and you can pre-register for our fall sessions. And our orientation happens October 3rd. And it happened virtually in a very fun Zoom situation like this. SBC supports you. Appreciate us for putting out the message. We want to know what SBC is. Is that saved biscuits and chicken? Is that scared buttered caviar? I don't know. We need to know what SBC is. Shout out to y'all anyways. What's up, Chris? Everybody else that checked in with us. Antoine said he needed another song. Jalen G. Say what's up in the chat. Again, if you're having any issues and you're online and you're registering right now live, which some of y'all should be, please just go to myvote.wi.gov and you will be able to register live. Supreme Billionaire Club. All right, that's what I'm talking about. The fastest growing investment group. Drop us a link. What's happening? Drop us a link. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
All right, man. Yeah, I was actually going over that very site you just mentioned. I posted it in the chat with my students at Obama High School last week.
Word. So tell us
through how to find their polling places and stuff. Actually, I believe Obama High School is a polling place.
What's some of the feedback you're getting from the high schoolers about their awareness or just their response to that nudge to go ahead and register?
Some were really into it. That platform, myvote.gov, is or it's myvote.wi.gov. There's one for every state, I believe. Sure. The interface is really easy, so they found it pretty simple to poke around, because you can check if you're registered. Because that's usually the first question. They're like, I don't know if I'm registered. It's like, well, all you do is type in your name and your zip code. You'll find out, maybe your address. Some were hesitant to type in any personal information into a site that had .gov on it, being suspicious. I can't say I blame them, but, at the same time, I'm like, no, this is legit. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. We appreciate you really in general. If you all don't know, the gentleman who's joined us, Michael, is also a hip-hop artist in Milwaukee and has done a lot of work in the hip-hop community and the community in general, helping to build a lot of community and connectivity through art, music.
Also, True School veteran.
Also, True School veteran, volunteer, contributor.
My first teaching gig was substituting for Fidel.
Art of MC, substitute teacher. We're going to have to talk soon again about that. And so, the levels of connectivity in Milwaukee are really extraordinary, and really the influence of hip hop in general. We've been talking a little bit about how hip hop always has a serious voice in these conversations, whether it's local or national. There's a national event happening simultaneously to ours that's going on. I won't tell you too much because then you might leave ours and go over there, because there's some big names and some big deals and some big celebrity status people that are on right now talking about the same thing we're talking about, getting young people engaged in the process. And I think it's important. The education part is just as important as the registration. So don't hesitate going through that site. Don't hesitate learning as much as possible. You Google everything else, you YouTube everything else. So YouTube the history and find out more information as much as possible about the process of voting and how you can become an agent of change through that system. All right. And it's an easy website, as we all said. We just saw Jalen G. He registered live right here. He said it took him less than 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And then we have Noda, who's going to also register with us live on air, who is a True School alumni, and he's never voted a day in his life. And guess what? That's going to change in 2020, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you're going to see so many different people voting, especially from our community that you've never seen voting before. And that's what we're hoping for, especially our youngsters. Again, let's get out and support each other. Let's support the artists that support these different initiatives that are hand in hand whenever we have things going on. They support what True School is doing because they support the youth. All right. And again, everybody reach out and support the League of Women Voters, Milwaukee, Wisconsin chapter, because they're doing some phenomenal work and they care. All right. And I'm going to share this screen one more time and walk through a little bit of information because I want folks to know as much as possible. I think that's where where am I at here? All right. Am I sharing my voter education screen? I'm not sharing any screen. All right. Now I'm sharing the wrong screen. All right. We have also a Google Doc link in the chat that was dropped in there. I appreciate you all for dropping that. I couldn't get it to share completely for some reason, but there's a whole detailed program that walks you through the instructions in detail of voter registration to that site, the things you should know, what you need, and also if you're eligible, all right, how you register and get started. Some good information on that site. If I can share it, I will. If not, copy and paste it from the chat box. Thank you, Leanne, for posting it. And thank you, Leanne, for being so diligent and working with us to make this happen. It's a new reality, ladies and gentlemen, virtual reality. And
That's
the way that
not to cut you off, that's a Google Slides presentation, right?
Yep, correct.
That's awesome because that's MPS students are, I would say by now, pretty familiar with that.
Yep, and you can feel free to share that too, Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna run it in my class tomorrow morning.
Awesome, awesome. So how have you been, you know, in terms of like the adjustment with the students, man? Like give us some feedback as far as what you've been noticing, where are the gaps at?
I'm a brand new teacher, so I literally have never set foot or seen the inside of the high school where I work at. I was hired on August 6th after 16 years in a civil rights / criminal defense law firm in Milwaukee that was serving pretty much the same community that I'm now a special ed teacher in. And the I don't know, the biggest hurdle is engagement. You don't see faces much at all. I'm sure anyone who's a teacher who's on here knows that. I know for the first 2 weeks, our principal and assistant principals were stopping in and really trying to enforce the cameras on policy of saying, you know, if you don't have your camera on throughout the whole class, you're not getting credit for being present at school that day. And I think the kids learned pretty quickly that teachers had virtually no power in which to enforce this. You know, they say never make a rule that you can't enforce. And so that's been difficult to get around, especially in special education where there can be a whole host of communication difficulties to begin with. You know, so much communication being, and also I would say with the elementary grades, because so much of their communication is based upon, you know, physicality and presence and tactile touch of objects and things like that. But finding new ways to fail forward each and every day. So,
hey, we appreciate your efforts. We appreciate the resilience and dedication. We're going to talk soon with some educators with True School about just sharing some tips, some tricks, you know, sharing some compassion in this situation right now because we're all going through it, and we all want our youngsters to succeed. Ultimately, we want their families to be supported. Ultimately, and so we're thinking about how to build that sort of support into our fall sessions. And if folks out there want to support us, just please reach out. You know, it's different for everyone, and so again, our sessions will be virtual this starting in October. You can pre-register trueschool.org. It's going to be interesting for everyone. So, you know.
Can I ask where you guys are located now? You're not still on the location where I used to come by.
We're in the Grant. We're downtown in the Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're downtown the Avenue in lower level. If anyone wants to come visit us, 161 West Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And, you know, reach out to us, and, you know, we can definitely set up an appointment to give you a tour of the new. You never been down to this space, Michael?
I remember the summer you guys moved down there. Pretty much coincided with me no longer like rapping and whatnot. So no, I never made it down there.
Word. So I just
you're in the Plankinton building, right?
Exactly. I just dropped in the chat. Everyone, there's an email support as well. If you don't want to go through it here live, you can also go email lwvmc@hsvotergmail.com, and you can also get support there. So you may get off of this conversation, and then maybe you're going home and tell other people about it. And so you got that email support as well. All right. So right now, I'm just letting you know this is how I look on your cell phone device. This is what you're going to see. And there's a quick and simple way to go ahead and register to vote right from your phone. If you need additional information, votefor11.org, right from your phone. You need to get a photo ID in order for your registration to be completed, right from your phone, okay? And I want everyone to be able to share that information with their family and friends and folks who may have not been able to log on with us today. Not only if you're 18 or will be 18 by the November elections, but just in general. We have a lot of adults that we have learned that are not registered, or they need to re-register themselves as well. So this message is at large, not just for our high schoolers or our 18-year-olds, right? Voting at your fingertips. It's a new era, and we all know there's a lot of different challenges lining up ahead of us in order to vote and cast your ballot. But right now, we are talking education and registration. Right now, we have more folks still joining the conversation. So we appreciate it, and we appreciate everyone who shared and helped us spread the word about this day. There's a lot of things happening. It's a national day of voter registration. So all over the country, people are activating these conversations, and we want to know what you think. If there's anybody on the line that want to talk right now about what they think about voter registration, how important it is, and maybe their experience in going through it, we want to open up the floor for a minute, open up the mic for a minute. Maybe anyone from the League of Women Voters, if you want to chime in, we'll open up the mic for a minute. Anyone can unmute themselves and communicate, or raise your hand like we do it in the virtual school world.
Hello, my name is Sadi. I just joined. I would say that voting for the first time, it's like youth now could speak the word about how we feel that goes around in our communities, and that we can help with this. We can help the world better, our nation better, to see what we go through too.
Yeah, that's super important. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Are you registered already?
Yes.
Awesome. That's awesome. So what we want to do also is make sure that we're spreading the news, spreading the word, again, not just to 18 and up, but we want to equip our youngsters to be able to start the process of educating themselves early. We have Jalen Noda, the other Jalen, who's one of the True School artists and alumni who's setting up and getting ready to go with us for a special presentation. There's a lot of energy in the place today, especially around voting, and our True School staff and youngsters get really excited and amped up when we're talking about advocacy. We're talking about, education. That, to Zadia's point, we're talking about changing our environment. We're talking about changing our lives for ourselves and our community. So this is what we're getting excited about. And hip hop has a huge voice in this conversation right now.
You know what I found helpful in that same conversation when you're talking with a lot of these kids? The election, I'm sure all of us, or most of us at least here, remember, if you were living in Milwaukee at the time, what it was like the night that Barack Obama got elected. Like, the city just erupted. Not in the way that it erupts nowadays, when you hear that phrase, but it was amazing. It was a sight to behold. And a lot of these kids probably have faint memories of that. And kind of evoking that feeling that, like, you can be part of something like that your parents or your older brother or sister or people might have talked about. That same thing is right on your doorstep in a lot of ways with this election.
Very, very critical.
No,
that's real. It's a monumental moment. It's a historical time.
It's a straight out of fairy tales, slaying monsters. So,
and that's a good way to put it. And we also have a lot of different, fears and doubts. Like, misinformation is a monster out here, so we want to make sure people have the right education in terms of what their reach is and what their abilities is.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason why we want to make this possible. What's up, Ron? All right. Jalen G in the back. Are we ready? Is Jalen still on? Jalen, Noda. All right. Noda, is your mic on?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm going to give you 1 second. While I'm giving him 1 second to refresh, I want to share something. I'm still working on sharing that program. People, I don't know why it's giving me a half a screen deal when I open it up. Not too happy about that. Not too happy at all, but that's all right. That's how these things work sometimes. And we're ready for whatever. We switched virtual pretty quickly in early March, as soon as our program had to get shut down. So we've been in this space of troubleshooting for a long time, and we're having fun with it now. Jalen.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
So did you go through the site?
I did. It was a lot easier than it has been in the past years, honestly.
So you have done it before?
Yeah, I have registered before, but this is probably the fastest and the easiest way. I think everybody should do it this way better. It just eliminates a lot of confusion on both sides. So
yeah. So have you voted before?
I have.
Okay, awesome. So now this is the opportunity for you to share how easy that process was with some of your bandmates, some of your crew, some of your people. Just check up on them, nudge them, pull them aside, and say, yo, you registered? You registered yet?
Sure.
What about your little brothers? He registered yet? What about your uncles? He registered yet? We're going to figure out if we can get a whole chain reaction going on out here. We're gonna make a TikTok craze out of this, all right?
All right.
We're gonna go live in a minute. Introduce your conversation as far as Noda. Who is Noda? Where can people find your music and your art?
Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Noda, which stands for None of the Above. I am a producer, rapper, singer, musician. I do it all. You can find all my music on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify. Huh?
Fashion designer.
Yeah, fashion designer. Still working on that. And I'm gonna do the this unreleased song yet. It's called Express Myself. And then I'm gonna have me and Jalen's gonna collab with a piano rap cipher type thing afterwards.
Nice. So this is an exclusive that we're getting here, ladies and gentlemen. This is an exclusive. Song is not even out yet. Noda does have music also on all streaming platforms, so you can search Nota, brilliant musician and artist. Support the artists that support these wonderful causes and support True School. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let them have
Let me express myself, cause I've been feeling this pain. Let me express myself. How do I stop the rain? Let me express myself. I'm done playing these games. Let me express myself. Time to let the lion out of his cage. Proud of a penny, yet I want to change. Silent Kenny in the hood is attached to my name. No, I'm not a weenie like Oscar. No, they gotta stop, you a monster. Let me give you a stack like Scoopy. Please excuse me, let's unravel this mystery. Let me be the judge like Duty, laid back like Snoopy. Only Charlie know my misery. Show you the clue, show you my point of view, my perspective. Show you that Noda is next up and catch up 60 bars with sir. Flow going crazy, just doing what works. What person being pick and save. Asking me how could be lethal at this age. I just say you had the animal locked in his cage. No U-turns, I can only go straight. Now I'm a prodigy who's melodic. Maybe I'm your last option. The legacy is optic. This confidence is the only condiment that compliments my inner soul. I'm not in this continent. As a consequence, my conscience gets in to let it go. Let me express myself, cause I've been feeling this pain. Let me express myself. I'm done playing these games. Let me express myself. Tell me let the lion out of his cage. Proud of a penny, yet I want to change. Silent Kenny in the hood is attached to my name. No, I'm not a weenie like Oscar. Now they gotta stop, you a monster. I'ma stop. Saving the world as possible. So what's the stitch? Inside there's a little evil called dragon. Even when she go, I need leave low. Cause oh Hana, he's engraved in my lips. Tell me like Tata, I'm a ghost and fire, just need one wish. My parent may be out, I really like wonder. I wonder if I go under. Is it because of a cosmo? I get brain freeze like neutron. Emotional sale. But we got a coupon. This count will last. This counts to be my past. It feels an hourglass. So take time. I won't stop because words matter. I'm a comedy from Jama on one platter. Giving you the gospel, let's jazz it up. I don't remember my words are hazardous. He's an R&B has captured us. No track in, I just want to add it up to beats per minute. Talk to weeks to finish these notes, unleash your spirit within. It's limitless. It's who I am to sum up it all. Expressing myself, time to break these walls. Just trying to express myself. Let me express myself. Cause I've been playing these games. Let me express myself. Let me express myself. And thank you. That is express myself. Thank you guys. You ready, Jaden?
All right, you could breathe for a minute, right? Breathe. Take a breath. Boy, take a breath. Just one breath. Just take a breath. Just one breath. Woo!
Let me express myself.
Jay Noda, I appreciate that. That's not out yet. He's still working that magic, express myself. But Jalen Noda just dropped an instrumental beat tape for all of you artists out there that might be interested in some music production aspects. That's your man's right there. Cold.
You thought you had us for a second, but we surpassed you and got some leverage. I gotta make it happen, that's no question. I start to feel good when I receive my blessings, cause I swear that I want more. Trying to count me out, I cannot go. Hey, that's a no. Trying to count me out, I cannot go. I gotta get the racks in, collect the back end. Type of money ain't gotta wait on taxes. When I fall back, moonwalk like Michael Jackson. Birds flock together, I see haters nesting. I got local brands on when I'm dressing. She like how I remain cool on the come. I'm pounding youth, water in my drinking cup. I'm down to earth like a tree stump, but I will still leave up, so you know what's up. Just in case you try to act up, but it's over for that. I keep the vibes up. I am supreme from the city of cream, but don't hate me if I gotta leave to chase my dream. I'm trying to live If at need somewhere where every day it's at least 70 degrees, stress free, eating with the team for success. We some fiends, you thought you had us for a second, but we surpassed you and got some leverage. I gotta make it happen, that's no question. I start to feel good when I receive my blessings, cause I sweat it out more. Tryna count me out, I cannot go. Hey, that's a no. Tryna count me out, I cannot go. Jalen G and Noda, yeah, yeah.
Ah, thank you, man. Appreciate both of you checking in. True School alumni at large. One more time, shout out your socials for them and tell them where they can find you, Jalen G and Noda.
Yep. On Instagram, you can find me at Real Jalen G. Facebook, you can find me Jalen Greenlee. YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Jalen G.
And then you can go ahead and find me on Instagram is Who Is Noda. And then on Facebook and YouTube is just Noda, N.O.T.A. Thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate y'all sharing your gifts with us today. I want to move on to this quick video. We want to share a little bit.
It's really about bringing visibility of art to the community, but then also offering some kind of engagement and really understanding the value that art brings in any kind of activation or convening of people.
I'm an art collector and I'm actually an artist myself. I do some painting, and I went to meet with them for a half hour and I ended up spending 3 hours with them. And when they told me what they do for the community, I felt like there was a connection there, and I felt like we had to do something together. So that's really, we figured this out, that this is what we're going to do together. They needed a place, we had a space, and that was 18 and 18, and now here we are, 19 and 19.
So last year we had 18 murals completed in 2018. So naturally we just went to 19 in 2019. It's a variety of artists that work with True School directly or work around True School. Different people who have really been a part of the community of arts at a young age and grown up in it and found different careers around being artists. And because these are the people that have a wealth of knowledge that really come back and are really meaningful to young people in programming, this is an opportunity for us to create kind of like a platform for them to really showcase their skills and their abilities as artists.
I do a lot of work with the Milwaukee Bucks and the new Fiserv Forum around the entire luxury suite area is all local artists. And the first people that came to mind when I was working with them was True School, and like their artwork should be on there. So I think it's important that people understand what's going on in the community, that these kids and what they're doing for the community, and getting these kids to to embrace the artistics, their skills, and that is really important. I think it's a lost. It's losing. It's in schools, or they're removing. It's the first thing that goes in schools is art and music, and I think that what they do for these kids is fantastic.
By being able to host these very public, visual, and grand events, we're also be able to share a lot of the skills and the experience within itself with all the community of Milwaukee.
I always say where they're located really tells the story. They're in the lower level of the old Grand Avenue Mall. I say we got to get them out of there and get them exposed to the community, because what they do is so great, and it's a mix between business and art and the community. I think it's really important that people understand what they do and get to know them, and they do great work on social media and things like that, but it's something that the community should embrace. It really is.
Hey, so that was a quick clip. If you want to get more information about True School directly, you can go to trueschool.org, and also on our YouTube channel, which is True School TV. Search YouTube True School TV. I had to go in and out, of course. That's been the pattern today. All right. Now, if I can ask someone else to, hold on, Shalina, can you grab that link from the chat? My sound was gone for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. My screen was going, then my sound was going. We are also asking if y'all have any questions, comments, put them in the chat. If you would like to comment about how important it is to you to register to vote, the floor is open. We want to make this an interactive conversation along the way as well. We know some great minds on the Zoom right now may have something they want to share. If anyone from the League of Women Voters, Milwaukee County, wants to add on about the work that you're doing, the celebration anniversary that you're having this year, which is huge. I think it's worth communicating that the League of Women Voters Milwaukee is celebrating a 400-year anniversary in 2020. Is that true? Somebody from the organization chime in. 400 years? I gotta make somebody chime in. We're doing 400 years, right? We celebrating 400 years, right, guys? Right? Nobody says it. We're running with 400 years. Nobody says that. League of Women, 400 years old in 2020. I just made it a declaration.
All right, what do you want me to do for you?
Can we drop that link? Okay, here we go. Trying to drop this link so I can get this action. Pardon the delay, ladies and gentlemen. As we troubleshoot this program, we're trying to get the, okay, to set up registration high school. Leanne, what's the anniversary that we're celebrating this year, 2020? It's not 416 years. What is it? Let's let everybody know in the chat. It's our 100th centennial anniversary. That's a big deal. Everybody give a shout out to the Women League, the League of Women Voters, Wisconsin. It's an amazing affair that happens to be, is there a party celebration? What's going on? How can we help y'all celebrate? We want to know. Put it in the chat. How can we help y'all celebrate? I have a screen sharing thing going on here now. All right, can we just go to present? And if we go to present, we can walk through this, ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up the program. For everyone who is still with us, we thank you. For everyone who has walked through these moments of virtual troubleshooting, we thank you. Let's register to vote. You got to scroll as I'm communicating. Let's go to the next one. This is before you start. When you go to the website, myvote.wi.gov, we're going to go through the information of what it looks like, okay? And this program is available via copy and paste from the chat. You need to grab it so you can share it with other friends, or like Mike said, he will share it with his class tomorrow. It's an open source resource for everyone. To the next. For everyone to know their rights and also the information around eligibility. As we covered a little bit earlier, these are the criteria if you are eligible to vote. And this is how we want to be able to communicate with youngsters that may be turning 18 or potentially next year even, if they're turning 18. What does that look like if they're interested, but they're moving? Maybe they're moving and they have a different address coming. What does that look like? Maybe they just got out of juvenile detention and maybe they're concerned that they have a record and they don't know. What does that look like? We have answers for all of those questions. Right there at that link, you can get all the information. As we are bombarded with election propaganda, commercials, and advertisements, we should also be bombarded with voter education, registration information. There's a QR code available You can also open up from your mobile device directly. You can even scan that here if you want to. You will see a couple options when you go to the site. You can go straight to register to vote. I watched Jalen G do it, and he went straight in, checked his name, and it was a really simple process. We are also making sure that we are emphasizing all the 17, 16-year-olds, you will be 18, and make sure you are able to obtain a driver's license or a state ID, and you will be able to verify your residence. Like that. Okay, and you can register instantly if you have this information on hand when you go to the website. Very important point. I just felt like there should be some cool background music while I'm talking. All right, go to the next one. If you don't have an ID, we talk a little bit about, you can get it from the DMV. And we have resources to help you do that. Your home address on your registration is important, so make sure it's correct. You can find out all the information that you need to go. The color-coded registration instructions right there on the site will help guide you through a specific scenario or case that may address your needs. Very important to pay attention to the address. Super important. Go ahead. And you completed the step, you should now be registered to vote. Just like both of our Jalen shared today, it was a simple process. If you're stuck and you're still having issues or you need further instructions, it's email available, and there's the great chat box right here on the Zoom to help you get through any problems in real time right now. So also note the public libraries. I did pass by the library on MLK yesterday, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It was an open sign. All right, so the libraries have election commission people on standby, volunteers stationed there, Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., all Milwaukee Public Libraries. Another great free resource. Go in, ask for the election commission staff, ask them to help you walk through the process at the public library. So if you don't have access to what you need, they have it at the library. Take your ID or driver's license with you. Go ahead. Now, this is for all you high schoolers that may not be of age yet. We're going to go through this kind of quickly. You will need all of this information or access to a printer or copier in order to complete the application. Again, your public library. What does proof of residence look like? A letter from a government agency, public high school letter or envelope with your address on it, a utility bill or cell phone bill with your address, a bank or credit card statement that has your current residential address on it. That's verifiable. A little bit of information about the color coding on the site. Again, myvote.wi.gov. We'll be going over this and sharing that link up until November. Once you complete your application and you print it out, and wait a minute, you're not registered yet, I'll give you some more information after you get your registration started. You can mail in your application without the document of requirement in regards to your residency. a lot of information here, but again, this is also available in the chat. You can take it and go through it page by page, step by step, to make sure that you are registering correctly. I'm your official registration tour guide here, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far, because we want you to tell your friends. We want you to bring your friends back. We want to do this maybe one more time before November in order to see how many people we can get registered, all right? We had almost 30 people pre-registered for this Zoom, and there were a lot of other folks tuning in and a lot of folks that wanted to tune in, and we will replay this broadcast for all to see and hear. Go to the next one, please. It's a pretty simple process. Again, we want you to know if you have questions or if you need some extra considerations, we have support live here on standby, and also via email available. See if you can click that. Where it is. Thank you for registering. Well, see if you can click that. Is that highlight? Okay. So that's how you click that link right there. If you wanted to email for any support, just click that link, which is lwvmc.hsvoter@gmail.com. If you have any questions about the process, okay? Yeah, that one. I'll see if you click that. Is there anything that you can click on there? Now, what that happens to be is about the more, the merrier. Now let's get ready to vote. Closer look. We're just gonna go through this as a breeze refreshener. Want to make this available, so if you need this information, feel free to copy and paste the link. Just a reinforcement of the requirements. Hold it right there. Vote411.org is also where you can go if you need additional information. The early voting, we just wanted to make sure we point out, you can tell people from October 20th to November 1st. If you don't live in the city or county of Milwaukee, check in with your own city clerks for those details. So this is another very critical slide. We want people to understand that there's no guilt in not knowing. There's no guilt in not voting. Let's say that out loud. Let's make sure that we have the information, okay? If we have the proper information, we're gonna make the proper choices. And you have the right to ask questions on all levels about the process and procedures, all right? And that's why this process of communication is so critical in advance. And that's why, again, we thank the League of Women Voters, Milwaukee County, who are available for any sort of connections that you may need to help you get through the process via our chat today and also via the email that is in the chat, all right? Make sure you utilize our great partners and coordinators at the League of Women Voters, celebrating 100 years One day, True School will be celebrating 100 years, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Let me turn on my camera and say that. One day, True School will be celebrating 100 years. Although y'all couldn't see my camera on because we're sharing the screen, but I just wanted to make sure that's official. All right, go to the next one. The pledge, it applies to everyone on this call, but also to our folks that are not going to be 18, pledging to stay educated and engaged and informed as things change every day. Our social media updates, our vote matters too. You can search that on a lot of different platforms. Our vote matters, the number 2. I like that. You're rolling. You know your voice matters, your vote matters. We have a lot of great young leaders ready to step up and actually step into the arena of political advocacy, electoral affairs, citizenship on another level. We have youngsters that are artists, creatives, rock stars, and they also thinking about stepping into politics, leadership, thinking about taking over. They want to see a better outcome in government locally. So we're encouraging them to learn as much as possible about the process, and maybe one day it'll be their name on the ballot, right? That's the level that we're on at True School. We just registered 2 voters, 2 alumni. And I'm super proud of both of them because they are already great leaders, and it's just now more tools in their box. Is there more? This is the end. Thank you very much. I have a very special guest with us today that's going to close us out. I'm talking, all of our guests are special, of course. All of our guests who couldn't make it today. One of our guests was just reaching out. She couldn't get off work, and she was so determined to get off work. And I said, yo, you need your job, all right? You need that job. I'm going to vote that you go to work. I'm going to make a vote here, and I vote that you go to work, all right? So we vote every day, ladies and gentlemen, with our decisions. We vote every day with our dollars, ladies and gentlemen. And so I want you to think about registering to vote on this level in terms of our daily leadership practices, and also how can we inform each other. We got to vote in order to save our education, in order to save our creative arts programs and initiatives. It all comes down to elections. So we have to get engaged. We have to get involved. We have to let our voice be heard. I want to ask if Jalen and Shaddai are ready. Shaddai is another True School alum that has joined us for this special event today.
Right now, she's registering to vote for the.
She's registering to vote right now?
Yes.
Can I see? Prove it. Let me see right now. Prove it. They don't believe you. Let me see. Prove it.
Okay, Jalen, you want to flip the screen for me?
Yeah, take it off. Let's see. Let's see. Prove it. She's registering to vote right now. She just walked in not too long ago. So she hopped right on it. There's some excitement in the air.
Yeah. Nope.
Don't break anything.
I'm trying not to, because I can't afford none of this equipment. For me.
Have her stand up in front of the camera, or you can, boom. Oh, she's over. Up. You see the ID in her hand? You see the ID? She's on there registering right now. Is this your first time? Shaddai, is it your first time?
This your first time? Make sure.
What did she say?
She said, yeah, this is her first
time registering to vote. Y'all give her a round of applause in the chat. She is registering for the first time. Oh, man, this is amazing. 3 True Schoolers registering on site. And guess what? There's more, and we appreciate everybody who's taking that initiative out there to register right now, in real time. Don't wait. You don't have to 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 wait till November. You don't have to wait till October. You don't have to wait. The links are in the chat. If you are registering right now and you want to share it with us on the Zoom, we would love to see it. We would love to see it. And we only have a little bit more time. And right now, Jalen is giving me the thumbs up. That's the part where I'll mute myself. And you all are in for another treat. True School artist. Shaddai, please introduce yourself Tell them where they can find your music, where they can find your art and what you share, and then let's get right into it.
Okay, so hey everybody in the chat. My name is Shaddai. I'm a Milwaukee native and I'm 18 years old. This is my first year voting. My EP or album is called My Life in the Boombox. It's 5 tracks. You can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, and Bandcamp as well. And so today, the 2 songs from that album I'm going to be performing is called Vibes and it's called Sincerely You.
Yeah.
Say it. Say it. No. Okay. Mm. Okay. I wish I had a crowd so I could tell everybody to put their hands up. Okay. All right, everybody put your hands up in the chat. Put your hands up. Yeah. Hey, I'm cool, I'm chill, I'm peace like that. Had to put it down cause the beat's so fat. I lay it down on the track. Let me spit a couple late times too to prove to you I am not another mumble fool, lagoon in the booth. No, I wanna be a prodigy. Make the Lord proud of me. Everybody counting me. And I want you to know that I'm about the biz. Instead of who is that, I want there she is. Make no mistake, I'm praying to be great. Selling out in every state, be in every conversation. But to get like that, gotta be relevant. We all love to dream but sleep on development. Don't be a fool, Fortunato. They aching for the minute they can bury you into a Montiato. I'm Montressa, undercover oppressor, waiting for you to mess up. Everybody play dress up. They want to cut your thing short like haikus. They fight you, making the cut like knives do. I chew on you fools, spit you out. I just might do. Exposing everybody cause I got a right to. Can I have everybody in the chat put their hands back up like this? Everybody put your hands up like this. Hey, 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 hey. Yo. Try to fit your 10 toes inside my shoes. Wherever the wind goes, I'll go to. We all gotta grow up when time calls you. So what you gonna do? Yeah, what you gonna try to fit your 10 toes inside my shoes. Wherever the wind goes, I'll go to. We all gotta grow up when time calls you. So yeah, I'm just spitting from the vision. I was wishing that I was in the pretty picture kicking. I never forgot the paradise. I'm hoping to bring to light from bringing it to the light. Why do we have to fight instead of trying to unite the right to bring sight to the blind? About time we co-sign and bring forth minds. My brain swole like neutron. Let me define every single rhyme I wrote down. Microphone check, microphone check up. See the way they work and they really trying to set up. I can talk back, but I'd rather be the bigger figure. See, I hate the stiff like bigger. More than said, I endorse it. I'm morphing into importance of sorta kind of royalty, poetry flowing out of me. OMG, they be wilding me. See the people be calling me unity in economies. Hallelujah is what I preach. Yo. Yo. Everybody put your hands back up. Put your hands back up. Yeah. Hey. Try to fit your 10 toes inside my shoes. Wherever the wind goes, I'll go to. We all gotta grow up when time calls you. So what you gonna do? Yeah, what you gonna try to fit your 10 toes inside my shoes. Wherever the wind goes, I'll go to. We all gotta grow up when time calls you. So say it with me, Try to fit your 10 toes inside my shoes. Wherever the wind goes, I'll go to. We all gotta grow up when time calls you. So what you gonna do? Hey,
Shaddai, that was dope. Hey, thank you so much. Take a breath. That was so dope.
Yeah, let me get some
So
water.
many bars. I'm talking bars, so many bars. I want to know when she come back right fast. What was that process like when you went online and registered? You came right in and got right to it. What was that process like for you?
Well, I'm actually not done yet because I see that it's going to be a kind of timely process because it's a lot of steps. But from what I've seen so far, I mean, it's not that hard. It's just kind of like basic information. So, but it's still like something new to me because this is my first time.
Yeah. So you stopped the process to rock the mic right quick. Ooh. Right, the first show you had, we was, really doing, it won't be the last, but we are honored that you have been able to share your gifts with us today for this great cause. Just
Mhm.
real briefly, like, why is it important for you as a youngster in Milwaukee to register and activate that right?
Mhm. Well, the youth are we're the future, so we're contributing to how we want the future to be. Not to say that people who are older than us can't change how um our life is gonna be, but we have more to experience of what is to change basically, and we should be a part of what we're gonna change in the future.
I absolutely agree. I think that you are one of the great examples of leadership in the organization that I see it spreads and is influential to other youth leaders. So when a youth leader like yourself step up and say, you know what, I think this is important and I'm gonna register to vote publicly and I'm gonna share that experience, other young people can take heed to that and say, you know what, Shaddai did it, I might need to do that. Shaddai is cool, she's one of the cool kids. So I wanna figure out how I can do what the cool kids are doing. So we appreciate you taking time. You busy, you in school. Tell us what you're going to school for right fast.
So right now I'm going to school for audio production. I I want to be a producer, but I also just like sound in general. So like, working with people who may do like short films or movies or stuff like that. I just like sound. So it's like just different ways to work with sound and everything like that. Cause I just love music and I love sound effects. I love just
And
everything.
Shaddai is all around great artist and writer. So
Yeah.
you heard all those lyrics, and she's a writer to the core. So those things translate in terms of influence. People write policy, people write legislation,
Right.
and
Right.
people voting on those things, and they may not know what they've been voting for. People may not even read the legislations or the policies that they end up voting for. They may not do even the research. They may just go out blindly and vote. And I think the power in hip hop, part of it, as we just saw demonstrated so eloquently, supremely by Shaddai and Jalen and Noda, if the information and policy and legislation can start being translated in rhythm and rhyme, that could be an interesting intersection for power and for people to
Right.
be in.
Because I feel like people listen to, at least people today in general, but especially like the younger generation, they listen to hip hop or music in general more than they actually like listen to the news. And like, I'm not saying that the music industry should be a substitute for the news, but like, since that's a big way in which they figure out like what's going on in the world. So it's good for music artists to use their platform as a way to spread information to at least especially the younger generation, because people who probably don't rely on the news all the time, and also because the news doesn't. We all know the news doesn't like tell the truth all the time. The news stations, like, sometimes they just either manipulate the truth or they don't show the truth. And so hip hop has been known to be like a genre that is about self-expression and truth without, without taking into consideration other people's feelings. It's just about the truth. And so we need like a genre like that to be pushed to the forefront so that we can know the truth about certain, like, for instance, voting, about what we're voting for and like what we are contributing to our future, basically.
That's right. And the power of that weapon and that idea of being able to get what we need and leverage our concerns and our voice in exchange for that vote. So you said something very powerful, and you have a lot to share, and I'm so excited to hear the next song. What else you got for us?
So this next song is actually the last song on my EP. It's called Sincerely Youth. I actually wrote it because I forgot what was going on when I wrote it, but it was like something similar to what's happening right now with, like, just a rise in like injustice, not just racial injustice, but just injustice in general, and like issues that are occurring in our society. So I think that this song is the perfect song for what's going on right now. So.
And this will be the song to close us out for today. So I think this might be the perfect outro. Let's do it.
Can everybody clap their hands like this? Yeah, I'm coming on bye, yet to. It's a lot of people, I hope he gets to. I'm looking at the youth, I'm counting on you. Wanna speak a message, I hope it gets through. But she just a teen, she must have a fever. I really don't believe her, she really think that she can be a leader. Well, last time I talked to Timothy, he said to me, I can do about anything, so bring it on. Season's over, I'ma still be in the game, but your season's over. I'ma on my own way like a speed of Moses. Got the power and guide G's for where you going. We cannot move without some innovation. Everybody sound the same, no variation. Streets have warfare and education. What a wonderful mix to throw in they faces. Hold on, yeah. Hey, be strong, we gon' do it together. Hey, hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together one by one. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together. Your mind's in a deficit, talking for the heck of it, going out and doing anything for some presidents. I can tell you off, but that would be irrelevant. Wanna play the game, but it's different than on television. Day by day, I see another kid my age who met they fate, maybe even lost their faith. Sad to say, another life gone to waste. We need to step up our game and give grace away. Try to think of life another way. Try to picture in your brain the same thing that I'm saying. So when it hits the fan, you won't let it blow you away. It's too many young kings and queens in the grave. I don't wanna be another hashtag. No, I got work. I'd rather cash that. I got money in my mind like a bag full of stats. Oh, I spit it straight facts. You can hashtag that. Yeah, hey, be strong, we gon' do it together. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together one by one. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together one by one. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together. Hold on, we gon' get it together. Be strong, we gon' do it together one by one. I just want everybody to chat to know right now that, I wrote that song for a reason, and voting is a way to, come together as one and work towards a better future. Despite our differences, that's one thing that we can still come together on and fight for in the future. So thank everybody for listening to me. I'm happy to have been invited to this chat, and I'm excited that this is my first year voting. So thank you for everybody who is listening, and just for Fidel and Shalina for inviting me. So thank you.
Thank you, Shaddai. I appreciate you so much.
And don't forget my EP, My Life in the Boombox, is available on Spotify, Bandcamp, and Apple Music.
Oh, great plug, great plug. All the artists, True Skool, they're on all the digital platforms. You can catch them around the city doing shows. You can catch them, out in the community, actively engaging residents and families, on the ground. I've seen Shaddai at protests recently, speaking up and being a voice, also performing, using her voice at different outlets and venues to share support for other people's causes and things of that nature. So again, we appreciate each and every one of our True Skool alumni that took time out of their busy schedules. All of them are very busy. Noda, thank you. He came straight from work. He's been working all night and came and jammed with us. And I asked him, I begged him low-key for the Express Myself song. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you, Jalen G. Thank you, Shaddai. And again, thank you to the League of Women Voters, Milwaukee County, and all your dedicated team, and all your volunteers. I know, we were a little concerned about today. We didn't know everything, how it was going to go, but we made it through, and we want to do it again and again. We want to make sure that we can stay engaged and continue to be another arm for you all in the community to reach the youth when it's needed. And again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to the League of Women Voters. The information is in the chat, and the email, again, I'll shoot it out one more time, lwvmc.hsvoter@gmail.com. And also visit www.myvote.wi.gov. There's another young man, Deshaun, just walked in the office. He registered to vote today as well. All right. So believe me when I tell you it's happening, it's taking place. We are seeing a lot of momentum around the conversation, and they're all going to go out and talk about it today. We'll rebroadcast this. Hashtag We Are True School. Make sure you check us out and support our mission, trueschool.org. We're going to sign out. Anybody have any last words? I'll open the mic for a half a second. You can speak now or forever hold your peace until election day. Anybody have anything to say? Anybody going once? Oh, going twice. You can take over the whole Zoom. I'll let you share your screen. It'll be crazy. You can perform your own song. All right, Leanne, you sure you don't want to rap?
Yeah,
You
no,
sure,
I don't want
Joanne?
to rap, but I do
Joanne, you don't
want
want
to
to rap?
thank you and all the performers for putting this on for us, and we hope that that this message will get out to the community to register and vote. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. I know the League of Women Voters got raps too. So next time when we come on, we're going to have y'all do some freestyles. All right. Thank you all again. True School signing out. National Voter Registration Day. Go out and spread the news. Tell somebody. When you hear True School, when you hear hip hop in Milwaukee, this is what you tell them. We do registration for voters and community advocacy and youth leadership development. All right.